Hi again. Just a video to sort of show that I'm still here. It's been a long time since I've put up a gardening video, and this actually won't be a gardening video, but just talking about gardening. Just bear with me a second. Someone just actually went past, and yeah, it was quite a sad story really. He lost his wife earlier part of the year, and they've got a young little kid. I think she's been ill for some time, but yeah, but yeah, now there's a bike gone past. Yeah, so there's a bit of a sad story. It must be horrible when people die, especially when they've got young children and all that. You know, they never get to see their children grow up, and vice versa. The kid will never see their parent as they get older. That's what's life like. Some are unlucky. Another person I know. I'm quite close to home. But anyway, let's get talking about gardening. And I think it'd be cheerful, but to be honest, I've sort of this year, to be honest, had a bit of enough of gardening. I've had I'd had it so quite good for a long time, good customers and that, but I got let down by a few this year. Certain things happened, and I sort of lost my love for gardening really. Not that I probably was ever that much in love with it, but it served its purpose, or serves its purpose, and pays the bill. And when I go into things, I don't go into them, you know, like some people go into gardening and they won't invest money into the business or anything. They'll just use cheap stuff or whatever, and you know, not add to it, and just bare necessities. I've tried to build it. Some things I've done all right with. I've used the stuff a lot what I've bought. Some stuff I haven't used so much. Example, my tractor. I thought that would be used a lot more. Hasn't been used once this year with the topper or nothing. I did sell my post knocker. That got invested into something else which isn't garden related, but that'll be on another video on my other channel actually. It's a sort of new business setup which might take off, might not, who knows. But anyway, that'll be on a separate video. My chipper, the Titan Pro chipper I bought, that's another thing, hasn't been used for over a year, but I have got to use that actually in the next week or so that will be used. Is it worth keeping for using it a few times a year? Don't know. I've got it, it's paid for, so like all my tools, you know, storage is the worst problem. It doesn't really matter if they sit there not used really, but it's because they're paid for. Same with a big Hayter mower. That job is coming to an end where I leave that big area. Their house is sold, but I've been told the new people might want us, but I take that with a pinch of salt until I've met them and it happens, and even a month or so down the line, so you get to know them. They might not like me, I might not like them, you know, so we'll have to see what happens there. But he's currently at the garage, well, in the big storage shed there at the moment, but it's going to have to come away because I haven't heard anything from the new people, and I can't leave it there when the exchange goes through because it could complicate things. So I should get that. Home. Well, I'll find somewhere for it, and it could have a bit of a refurb over winter. Whether I keep it or sell it, not a good time to sell garden equipment now, not really. So yeah, that job is up in the air at the moment. Another one we've been doing for a good few years. She's gonna sell. It has already sold, but then it fell through. So that is gonna happen at some point. That's another one. Are the people going to keep us on or not? The new people, don't know. Don't even know whether there isn't no new people there at the moment. So we just don't know. The person that sold to before, she was interested in keeping us on, but then that fell through. So that was not important. And our commercial one we've been doing about 5 years. That's real confusion at the moment. We were told early part of the year, before any of this virus and that it was going to go out to tender this year. which wasn't possible for us to tender for it because we'd have to cover it was going to be tied in with the geographical area, which is too much for just me and Laura to handle. And so I said to him I wouldn't be tendering for it, which is fair enough. But then we were told after the year we were going to have to finish in December. Then we got something to say it was going to be a rolling contract after that. Now we've been contacted about ones because another contractor's dropped out, and do we do this and do we do that, and we don't do them, and some of the places don't even exist what they said about, which just addresses, because the head office is up north and they're not aware. It was just flats basically, so there just wasn't really any ground around them at all what we had to look after, so that they were just going by addresses thinking they probably all had gardens, but they didn't. And then we got something the other day saying there's some sort of scheme you've got to buy into. It's like an extra level of health and safety, and you've got to pay a subscription membership charge of that, which is tax deductible, but you have to do that before you can tender. Well, I'm not going to do that either, because I've had a good run there, and I quite think it's possible we could get called up even if we lose it, because no company's going to go to the effort what we have there, because there's too much work. It's basically, you've got really, they're going to pop there for a couple of hours and they're not going to cover what I do. I'm sure it won't get done as good as we do it, because people won't put in the time. So if we did lose it and that did so happen, they'd have to employ us on the basis of not with this other scheme thing. Don't know what happens. That all gets sorted out head office, so they're not aware of the sort of property or anything. But so that one, we're going to contact them actually tomorrow, Monday, and see where that one is going. I expect to lose that, which isn't the end of the world. They've all served their purposes. I've done it, helped me out with buying equipment and general income. So that leaves us with less work, because they're all reasonably paid, them free. And we lost one earlier in the year because we were totally used by the woman in lockdown. She seemed nice last year, then she sort of used us for lockdown, then got an old boy in, obviously for cheapness. So yeah, we lost that one as well. So that's a bit of a hit, but things don't go on forever being good. They all come to an end. All the people that watch this, all the gardens that they do, most of them will come to an end. People will move or whatever, and that's just how things go. You've got to expect. I've been expecting it for a year or two, and thought last year would be that good, and it was pretty decent. So, and this year's been pretty decent. So it's either I'm to the stage now. Have I got to go looking for more work, or do I start to phase out the gardening and go to other things? Well, I bought this other business set up, which I said I'll explain on another video. So what my current thinking is I'd like to go to grass. So at the moment, just mainly grass and sort of small light hedge trimming and bit trimming. They all go hand in hand. Well, I think so. Borders and that sort of, don't tell them. Fences, that's another thing. Fences, I find we always went the extra mile to get them looking just right. I know some people say they want it like that, but when you're quoting up against someone that isn't very good at fencing, they will be cheaper. They will get the job however they do it. I've seen rough fence jobs, and they'll still win it, because people only look at the price, even if they're not getting the job as good. So, I've done a lot of fencing, to be honest. I find it hard work for the money. So another thing I'll probably phase away from. Might do the old one through winter now and then if it works out a lucrative one, but I'm not fussed either way. So that brings me to, I really would like to try and get 3 full days work, which I've probably nearly got anyway, losing these others, a week, and leave it at that, and then put my other 2/3 days, if you include Saturday, into other things. I think I'm getting to the stage of life now I feel like a bit of a change, and I sort of know what I would like to do, but I'm one of these that I like backup and gardening what I've still got, and if I added some more grass and that to it, that could be my my backup. That will keep things rolling along, and I'll have a couple of days a week to work on other things, and then something else sort of starts to take off. No problem, I can just sell my gardening stuff and invest that into other things. So that's my current the way I'm currently thinking at the moment. Yeah, I've got a bit down about the gardening and that, you know. Now the weather's not so good. Yeah, you all know if you're gardeners how hard it is when the weather changes. The grass is wet, because grass still, you get so it's soggy, but the grass is still growing. So you've got them few months you've got to deal with wet, horrible grass and that. But that is part and parcel of the job. I've been doing it nearly 20 years, so I know what it's all about. But I get fed up with it every year. Fed up with getting freezing cold over winter every year. And what I'm 45 next birthday. I feel like it's a good time to sort of try to phase it out a little bit. But then say again, there could be a job pop up tomorrow and it changes the whole way I think about things. So at the moment, this new business setup, along with some other things, even maybe mower repairs and all that as well, that might be the way I decide to sort of go and sort of do things part-time more. I've got some decent grass jobs and that still, which I quite think I'll have for a good few years, and you know, they're my favourite sort of jobs at the moment. So might do a bit of an advertising campaign for grass, solely for grass, and maybe, like I said, just odd little bits, but not big borders, not going to places set hours. I like to be in and out, price jobs in and out. I want the work a little bit easier nowadays. Some people might call me lazy, but we've been far from lazy over the last few years, so I want a bit of an easier time. My our daughter now is college age, so in a couple of years she'll sort of be off her hand with education. She'll sort of be out of that. So also fun. I want more fun sort of times in summers and that, you know, go away more, travel more, and in hopefully in the next year or so this coronavirus thing will be at least in a position where it can be controlled better. So, you know, travel won't be a problem. I've got plans for travelling, places I'd like to go, things I'd like to see and that. So yep, that's part of the future plans, but obviously you need money to do that, so you know, you can't so gardening will still play its part there to a degree. So initially I'd have to travel more in winter time, but well, you know, off season. But yeah, there's just lots of little things been going around in my head lately this year, the latter part of this year really. And the plan is to sorry, I cut it out. Yeah, so what I'm going to actually do, and I've been thinking about it for a while, I'm going to do a video explaining all about what I found of the good side of gardening and the bad side of gardening. I'll probably do the 10 things I dislike and the 10 things I like. And I'll probably do some videos, a couple of videos like that, because I think I can explain better how I feel about it all, and anybody starting up, that'll help them a little bit. Because I tell you what, you get being a gardener, you feel actually a little bit trapped in the job, I find. But I'll go more into that in another video. So yeah, just a bit of a catch-up video and just telling you a little bit what's going on. Some of it might sound a bit negative, but you know, you have good times and bad times in whatever you do. So it's just the way it happens, and you know, you have happy times and you have times you don't feel so happy. It's just the way life goes. But at the moment, you know, I have to try and sort of try and get my brain focused on the gardening jobs and just get them done, because they're what paying the bills, and they will be what paying the bills until I decide to do something else. So I can't afford just to say I'm stopping gardening today and start something up tomorrow. I need to know that other things are going to be working pretty decent before I sort of shy away more from gardening. So it's just the way I've got to do it. I haven't got any other choice really. Got to phase from one to the other. And to be honest, I still would, in some capacity, well, I'd probably always like to be doing the gardening, but it will more evolve into grass more than anything else, because that's the way I wanted to go, and that's the way I think it will go. I've got a decent little round of grass. Not that many, but they all pay quite well because they're all rural, so they are all right. And some are all quite compact in the same area and that. So yeah, so if I could add a few more like that to my list, I'd be all right, and we could cover them early part of the week, and yeah, get on with other stuff afterwards and do some stuff I find more fun. So yeah, I'm going to leave the video there. I hope you're all well, hope you're all got work, hope you're all trying to enjoy the gardening more than I am. You know, the weather's going to be against us a little bit now in the UK, so you've just got to, you've either got to decide to close down, have a rest over winter, or to carry on in the mud, the wind, the snow, the puddles and everything. And if you haven't got the choice, you've got to get out there and try and do the best you can. So yeah, anyway, so thanks for watching, and I'll be along with another video again soon.